great welcome to this week's HangOut podcast. This is episode number 11. If this is your first time, remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon notification down here. That way you're always notified whenever we go live or upload new content. If you're a regular, thank you for always joining us each and every week. Remember to like the video and also share with your friends, loved ones, anyone who you think will really benefit from today's episode. Now, as always, we have a special guest. We're going to discuss a very interesting topic. And without wasting any time, let me dive straight into the podcast. So, viewers, as I told you at the top of the podcast today, we have a very amazing guest. She will tell you more about herself. I don't want to dilute or add stuff that I do not know, but she's a very inspirational person. I recently got to know her work. I will put all her socials, as always, of all our guests. I'll put it in the description below, so you can get to see she's doing a lot of, amazing work on Instagram. Make sure you follow her YouTube page. She tells us about her YouTube page. Please subscribe. Help our sister out. So let me introduce our guest. So Karibu Sana. Take it away from here.
Okay, thank you very much. So hi guys, my name is Coach Wangari Migwi. And just as you said, I also have a coaching platform where I coach people on matters of mental health, life, and relationships, because we live in a society where these matters are not discussed very often, and a lot of people are struggling. People are walking out here carrying so much burdens within them, and they don't have anyone they can talk to. They don't know how to communicate their feelings or their struggles. So my platform is all about providing a safe space where people can come and learn important things about relationship, life, how to handle emotions, and so much more. So thank you for welcoming me to this podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm excited about what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Which is picking up the pieces.
Yes,
Yeah,
picking up the pieces.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. You were saying we're not addressing this like the year has come to an end. We're actually saying
Yes.
wherever position or season you are in right now, it's still very much possible for you to pick up the pieces and still walk ahead, even in the next few weeks that are remaining in the year, 4 weeks to be precise. God can still do so much. So much can turn around. So we invited Coach Wangari Migwi to come so that she can be able to, just give you that extra push to the listeners who are listening to us on Anchor. Remember that everyone goes through seasons, and probably your season up to now has been one where you feel like, the pressure has been so much. And it's interesting, actually, the past 3 podcasts, if you've noticed, it's been like a trail. Everyone is talking about the same thing: mental health, rediscovering yourself, and today we are picking up the pieces. So let me see if I can throw Coach Wangari into the deep end already. I know when somebody hears picking up the pieces, it's definitely something that is broken. We could be picking up pieces from our marriages, relationships, businesses that have collapsed, or even ourselves. So what is the first thing you'd advise anyone who's watching and listening that they must do as the first thing in order to consolidate all these pieces and somehow either reconstruct or get our entire makeover altogether? What is the first thing you can advise someone to do?
Okay, so the first thing I'll advise someone to do, someone who feels like they have reached the end of the road, they don't know what to do anymore, maybe with their marriage, their relationship, their career, their job, someone who feels like giving up on their dreams, because maybe as the year was beginning, they had a lot of plans of how they're going to, chase their dreams, so many things that they will do, but now as the year is ending, someone sees that they have not accomplished anything that they have planned, and now they feel like giving up. The one thing that I've noticed that always keeps people down is being surrounded by negative people. Because when you're surrounded by negative people, they will always drill these negative thoughts into your mind of how maybe that relationship will never work out, of how that dream that you have, that business idea that you have, how it will never be successful, how it won't take off, and so many other things. And now these negative voices in your head are part of the reason why you're not moving forward, why you feel like you're stuck, and why you feel hopeless that the year is coming to an end and you have not really done anything that you had planned. So the first thing that you can do is to first separate yourself from negative people, because negative people will never encourage you, because they don't believe in you, or maybe they don't see how you can maybe do better than them. So anyone who is around you, who is always putting you down, who is always making you feel like a failure, who is making you feel like that thing that you want to do, or that goal that you want to go after, someone who is telling you that it's impossible, you need to cut out all the negative voices. It's the only way that you'll be able to now sit and now refocus yourself, refocus your energy on your goals, or whatever it is that you want to work out. So the best thing that someone can do right now first is to avoid and cut off negative people first of all.
So negativity plays a key role in number one, as you say, it discourages us. It makes us feel like, we've come to the end of our rope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And, stuff like negativity, toxicity, and the others tend to aid them. I don't know, maybe in a way they magnify. They have a way of magnifying a small problem or impediment. You might have a weakness or maybe slow in something. But as you said, a negative environment or even person makes you feel like that small thing has been multiplied times 10. So as somebody is picking up the pieces that they're really trying to reconstruct themselves, how do you, number one, is there are there stages, or do you, apart from now, I've locked out all negative people, what is the next thing that I need to do practically to?
So now that you've cut off the negative people from your life, you need now to believe in yourself. Because by the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe in you. For example, you have a business idea that you think will really take off, but you don't really trust yourself that whatever you do will be successful. You don't trust yourself that you can convince people to maybe buy your product. Or even if it's a marriage, don't trust yourself to sustain the marriage or even the relationship, whatever it is. So long as you don't believe in yourself, you don't have that confidence in yourself, even the world around you will not have confidence in you. It's all about the energy that you give out to the world. So if you are confident in yourself, people around you will also be confident in what you're doing, and things will also start going well for you. It's let's take the example of maybe a salesman. So if you're a salesman and you're trying to sell a product and you don't know details about the product, and maybe you're not even sure of the product itself, there's no way that you're going to convince other people to buy the product, because they want to know what the product is about, what it does. They will have questions about the product. So if you don't know enough information about it, and you don't trust yourself that you can actually handle the sale, the chances of the sale failing are very high. So the same principle applies to life. So in life, if you don't believe in yourself, the chances of you not fulfilling your goals are very high. So the only way that you can fulfill your goals, the only way that you can go after your dreams, the only way that you can even believe in yourself, believe that you deserve to be in a good relationship, or you deserve to have a good marriage, whatever it is in life. If you don't believe in yourself, there's no way that that thing will come about for you. So believing in yourself, people around you will also start to believe in you, because sometimes people around you will not believe in you. You may lack that moral support. Sometimes you desire if you're planning to do something, let's say this year you had planned that you're going to leave your job where you're employed and pursue your own, maybe you want to start your own business or something, maybe pursue your passion in one or another. But maybe people around, the negative people that you are talking about, they're discouraging you, they're telling you how it's not going to work out, how everything could go wrong. So if you don't have that enough confidence in yourself, there's no way you're going to take that bold step forward. And without that confidence, you'll never really accomplish anything in life, because sometimes the road towards your destiny, the road towards your purpose in life, the road towards your success, sometimes that road will require you to walk it alone without anyone. And the only way you're going to make it through that road on your own is if you have enough confidence in yourself. If you believe that, even if they don't support me, I know that this thing is going to work out. So if you believe in yourself, that will really push you forward towards achieving whatever it is that you want out of life.
Wow, amazing. So self-belief is a very key element. We've killed negativity, and then we've established that within ourselves, we really have to have great self-belief in ourselves. We have to believe. Otherwise, if we don't believe in ourselves, people won't believe in us, right? So my next question on that point, if somebody is struggling with self-esteem issues, maybe they do not have they have a very low self-esteem, which means they cannot, probably they'll chances are high they'll struggle with picking themselves up. How would you convince, or what do you think they should do? Do they look for external help from somewhere else or someone else? And if they're not able to, are there any practical places where somewhere they can go? If they do not know you, for example, it's a good thing we'll put your socials and your channel down there. Guys can always be motivated. So how do you address people who are not able to pick themselves up?
So people who are struggling with low self-esteem, it's usually because they've been exposed to an environment where they were surrounded by a lot of negative or toxic people who are constantly putting them down. And they also, at some point, you also start to believe the negative voices around you, the negative voices that are saying that you'll never amount to anything, that you'll never make it, you'll never be successful, you'll never be happy, you don't have what it takes to accomplish that goal, and so many other things. So when you start believing all these things, you start doubting your own self. And so that's when you start having low self-esteem issues. And when you have low self-esteem, you don't have the confidence that it takes to actually be bold enough to go after your dreams and maybe pursue that relationship that you think will really be nice for you, or whatever it is. With low self-esteem, you'll always be stuck in that comfort zone because you're afraid of venturing out into the world, because you have been made to believe that you're not good enough. So even if you try to venture out there into whatever it is, you're afraid that people will still see that you're not good enough, or that it won't even work out. So you don't believe that whatever it is you want will eventually work out. So if you struggle with low self-esteem, you have to change your line of thinking, because people with low self-esteem always have, most of the time, they have these negative thoughts that what if it won't work out? What if I fail? What if I try and then I get rejected? So change that line of thinking into what if everything actually works out? You see? So you first of all change that line of thinking. Instead of what if it doesn't work out, start thinking of what if everything I want actually works out for me. So what if I go for that, maybe for that job and I get it? What if I start that business and it becomes successful? Stop dwelling on the negative stuff that it will not work out, that it will fail. And then another thing, if you're struggling with low self-esteem, is to is to start being kind to yourself. Because if you have low self-esteem, chances are high that sometimes you're your own worst critic. You do something wrong, maybe start telling yourself, how stupid was I to do that? Why was I so foolish? Why didn't I think of something else? So be kind to yourself. So instead of saying negative things to yourself every day, start appreciating yourself. Start saying that you are valuable, that you are worthy, that you are brave, that you are courageous, that you are successful, that you are favored. So start, they're called affirmations. So start speaking positive affirmations over your life every day. And because it's all about rewiring your mind.
Yes.
Because when you struggle with low self-esteem, the only way you can pull yourself out of it is to change your way of thinking. So it's all in the mind, and also staying away from the toxic people who are always pulling you down or pushing you down or looking down on you. And because so when you start using these positive affirmations, when you start saying how good you are, you start appreciating the good things about yourself. When someone now comes and tries to put you down, you start to be defensive. You start to realize, wait a minute, I'm not useless. I'm not a failure, because I believe I can make it. I know that I have what it takes. I know that I'm valuable. I know that my dreams are valid, and whatever it is that you're after. So you have to start, it has to come from within. If you want to conquer self-esteem, it has to start from within. You have, first of all, to believe that you deserve the best, that you are actually good enough. So until you have that line of thinking, you'll be stuck in a zone of low self-esteem. And so that's another way. And also, right now we live in a time where a lot of information is available to us online. So even if you're struggling with low self-esteem and you don't know where to start, you can easily go on somewhere like Google or even YouTube and find videos that motivate people who are struggling with low self-esteem. Videos like this one, there's so many. So invest in yourself. When you start to invest in yourself, you'll start coming across all this content of how to overcome low self-esteem. So empower yourself by doing research of how to overcome low self-esteem, by reading books about low self-esteem, and also by watching such videos. So you have to actively invest in yourself if you really want to get to that level of self-confidence and self-love and self-worth. Yes.
Wow, amazing. I listened to the, even as we are about to wrap up our podcast today, I'm saying that the 3 steps you've given are actually entirely up to us. There's a quote I like reciting all the time. It says, whether we win or lose, the choice is still ours. Because the first point is eliminate negativity and toxicity. Number 2, believe in your self-belief, believe in yourself, which stems from having a very high or positive self-esteem of yourself. And I love number 3, which I do every day. Affirm yourself. Affirmations. I mean, whether you're looking at the mirror, whether you're talking to yourself, it's very important, because even in the Bible, you realize the first time when Moses is actually, being sent by God to deliver the Israelites from Egypt. Moses, he's panicking and he tells God, so now when I've reached Egypt and they ask me who has sent you, what should I say? It's amazing that God says, tell them, I am sent me. And it's all of us, when we asked, and who are you? You actually all say, I am so and so. So we actually quote God. God is the first person to affirm himself. It's very important that we affirm ourselves. And I really believe that these 3 things is up to us. Pieces may have broken. It's December now. Some people, their minds have already jumped to 2022. They've already given up. They've said, it's okay. Let me count my losses and prepare for 2022. But if you're not careful, if you don't deal with these 3 things, the cycle will continue. And so maybe as we wrap up in a minute, what is the one thing maybe you might tell our viewers who are either watching or listening, the one
Okay.
advice that you're parting short for today's episode?
Okay, I would say that there's no perfect time to start. So don't feel bad that the year is coming to an end and you haven't started whatever you had planned you'll do, maybe chasing your dreams or whatever it is that you had set for yourself. So stop saying that you'll now wait for 2022 because 2021 is already done. And because when 2022 comes, it will come with its own problems or blessings, of course, but it will also have its own things. So, and you don't know if then maybe more things might come up that may stop you from, starting. So why not? Sorry. So why not just start right now? You see, because you'll never be fully ready to now start whatever it is that you want. Start right now where you are with what you have. I'm sure that like you're not like God has not left you defenseless. You have to have something that you can start with, even if it's just something small. Even if let's say maybe you wanted to start your own business and you're stuck in a job where you're employed, start saving right now. Like every day, just invest in your future. Every day, do one thing that brings you closer to your goal. So it's like this. I don't know if you guys have heard it, the story about the Chinese bamboo tree. Have you heard it? So like the tree, it takes 5 whole years to grow. So when you plant the tree, you have to water it every day. In fact, it takes 5 years for it to break out of the soil. So within those 5 years, if you don't water it consistently, it will just dry out. It will never break. But now after 5 years, the tree now breaks out of the soil, and then within 5 weeks, it grows to 90 feet tall.
Yeah.
You see?
Amazing.
Yeah. So to a lot of people say that it took the Chinese bamboo tree only 5 weeks to grow tall, but it actually took the 5 years. So every day you have to water your dream. You have to do something, even if it's just to research or read more about it. Just do something that brings you closer to your ideal goal, to that the kind of life that you want to live. Because it is your responsibility to give yourself the kind of life that you want. It is your responsibility to chase your goal. No one will come out of nowhere and bring you your dreams and tell you here they are. You have to get out there. You have to chase them yourself. So there's no perfect time to start. Even if the year is ending, even if today will have been 30th December, it's still a perfect time to start going after your dreams and start going after the life that you want. And also have faith in God in all that you do, in all the plans that you have. Always take them to God, involve God in them, and they will be successful. So long as you keep the faith, just believe in yourself and also believe that God has good plans for you, plans to prosper you, plans to bring about the future that you hope for. So if God is on your side, you also need to be on your own side and start being active towards your dream, because faith without action is dead.
Yeah. Wow, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I believe viewers have really learned so much today, so much, because this is such a crucial topic. Picking up the piece is not an easy thing. It really requires constant teaching, and that is why I want to encourage all our viewers and listeners. Just the same way you support and watch our podcasts each and every week, we want to appreciate you. Please support Coach Wangari on her YouTube channel. I'll put the link is on the screen right now, and it's also down there. Please just go check out what she does. Even I think she also doing a lot on Instagram. We'll put everything down there. Please go support her. And if you know somebody who, might really require this information, or they might probably, because she does it in a very fun way. That is the difference between what Coach Wangari does and ourselves. She does it, and especially, and I realize it will really appeal, especially to the youth. Please just go and check it out. I trust me, you'll really be impressed by what this amazing lady is doing. And also, Very importantly, if, as always, if you have any question, maybe something that she has shared, which maybe you might want, just further clarification and all, I'll, through her pages, you'll be able to get in touch with her, isn't it, Coach Wangari?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you'll be able to get in touch with her, and then you can be able to, just get further assistance. Invite her for speaking engagements, please, by all means. I mean, she's actually going to be a force to reckon with. That one I can tell you. A few years, months from now,
Thank you.
you can always see greatness when it's growing. So I really want to appreciate you for taking the time to be with us this week for our podcast. May the good Lord just bless whatever you're doing. Not even the sky is the limit. Heaven is the limit for what God is about to do in and through your initiative. Thank you for keeping on and being consistent. And we really appreciate you, and we are honored, really honored to have hosted you today.
So thank you so much for that. Yes, yeah. And I was also very honored to be part of your platform. And I'm sure the viewers will benefit a lot from the talk of today. And we hope that the information of today is going to bless someone out there.
Yes, it will. Trust you me, it always does. So guys, until next week, as always, if this is your first time, remember, don't leave before hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon notification down here, and also go to Coach Wangari Migwi's page. It's actually Coaching with Wangari Migwi, isn't it? That's your YouTube.
Coaching with Wangari Migwi.
Wangari Migwi. Yes.
Across all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
It's on the screen right now. So guys, please don't let us down. Don't let me down. Just go check it out. I mean, you'll be so impressed. Until next week, same time, same place. Have an awesome week. And tuonane. Bye.